Overcrowding in high schools has become an issue in KISD, with enrollment numbers exceeding 2,000 students at all four public high schools. Also, these four public high schools currently use portable classrooms, and currently 3 of these high schools are over their suggested capacity at the time that they were built. Do you believe that there is a need for a 5th high school in KISD? Why or why not?
I do believe that there's a need for a 5th high school. I believe there is because we have too many students. I think one school is Patterson has over 400 students, and it's not a high school, but it still has 400. So those are going to feed into our high school. We have another school that actually has over 200 their capacity. So as the school continues to get school district continues to get larger and larger, we're going to need those facilities. I also believe that the Career Learning Center should not be used as the 5th high school. We've worked hard to gain that facility. That is an awesome facility. It gives us great vocational careers for our youth, something that we're lacking in this community. And so I think that we need to stay with that. Yeah, that's the Career Center. That's what we need to utilize it for. And we need to build a 5th high school if the budget allows.
KISD high school cafeterias currently cannot accommodate all of the high school students for many of the reasons that you just mentioned. Students are leaving lunch for open campus lunch periods because of that. Many students leave campus and walk to get their food. Accidents and altercations have also occurred during these times. What solutions do you suggest would help feed all the students in the KISD schools more effectively?
I would think maybe bringing in some of the food trucks. That would be wonderful. We got that big parking lot out there. We also have the track and field area. Maybe during the lunchtime, we can have food trucks, or we can have businesses that actually can accommodate selling food to our students during that hour out there. They can buy it, and it would be more, I would say, more nutritional for them, because we can bring in some of the great places that we have here. We got Panera Bread. I'm sure that they would be interested in feeding our children. There's just a lot. McAllister's. We have just a lot of different restaurants that actually have some nutritious food, maybe some salads and some fruits and things like that. That would be really good. But food trucks, I think, would be a great way to start and keep our kids there. Or if they don't want to do that, we could also talk about maybe the high schoolers leaving campus and the rest of the kids having to stay there to actually get their lunch. I mean, that might solve some of their problems as far as violence is concerned and their crowdedness.
Various reports, as you just mentioned, of on and off campus fights have occurred between students during these same open campus lunch periods as well as after school. How should district police as well as local police departments work more cohesively to prevent these future fights from happening throughout the district after school and during lunch?
This is very hard. I do not believe that police should be involved in this situation. I believe that we should be more proactive. And what I mean by that is have a plan already in place to help these kids if they're having concerns. We don't have good behavioral interventions in our schools these days. If we did, we wouldn't have some of the problems and concerns that we have. Getting the counselors more involved. But once we start getting the police involved, we start having kids going to the pipeline from school to jail. And that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for kids to start picking up some skills where they can be a part of our population, where they can help be a part of our community. So I believe the answer to that question would be that we be more proactive in gaining a plan for actually teaching social skills, verbal communication, behavior interventions to our students, whereas they can communicate verbally instead of trying to fight with each other, and getting police involved in these instances.
Special education has been a point of needed improvement in KISD, and in 2015 the district had been investigated for a number of reasons, including needing adjustments to its policies on special education, its referral process to give students the services they need, and a lack of consistent student tracking. And then as of January, the TEA released a statement saying that the district had reached compliance from TEA standards. What changes and adjustments do you believe will help the district to continue to improve its special education programs?
There's a lot. There's a lot that needs to happen. First, we need to actually have people in positions that actually care about our students. that love our students and want to teach our students, no matter what the disability is, whatever the concern is, whether it's mental health or it's a physical disability. They have to be understanding and knowledgeable about those disabilities and how the mind of those people work, of our children work, not those people. And with that training that they can get, then we can start moving forward into some positives. We're always reacting. We're not being proactive in anything. And so as long as we're reacting, we're never going to get any further than what we are. So what I would suggest is for them to get more parent involvement, not just building a parent room where parents can come in and y'all can talk with them. That's not what parents need. Parents need to be heard. Parents need to be understood. Parents need training themselves. And so we need to start facilitating some of those things. And I know they have started putting some of those things in place. I actually talked with Dr. Kraft about the PAC, the Parent Advisory Committee. I actually designed that committee for KISD. And evidently I thought it was a wonderful program because of me designing it, and they took it upon themselves to go forward with it. So I think that is a step in the right direction, but I think that we're going to have to have more transparency, like Land Carter says all the time, transparency. We need to be truthful with ourselves. If we don't know something, say we don't know it, and let's go out and get the training for it. But let's don't keep playing like we know when we don't know. A lot of ARDs, I sit in with teachers and professionals. They don't even know what the rules are, what the guidance is. They know what they've been told, and they're going by that. Let's don't go by that. Let's go by what the law actually says, and let's actually educate our kids, not just house them. So parent involvement, putting some more money there instead of in our sports would be great. IDEA has never been fully funded. But we do receive from the military community impact funding that we can utilize anywhere we want to. So why aren't we utilizing some of it there? I don't think I've seen a penny of that go to the special education process the last few times that they got impact funding. So let's start doing some of that. Let's put our money where our mouth is and let's get it done.
In January, the TEA released its preliminary A through F ratings for all schools and school districts in the state of Texas. Many of the KISD schools individually receive D and F grades in specific categories. How do you think that the district can help to improve these ratings as a whole going forward?
Wow. It's going to take some time, some brainstorming. It's going to take some listening and sometimes some hard knocks. But the thing is, we have to get it done. These are our future leaders. These are kids that will be leading our country in the future. They will be handling the care that we'll be needing as we grow old. So if we don't start putting something into them, we're not going to get much out of them either. And so I think that, first of all, the A through F system is a great system. It must be a great system. And the reason I say it must be a great system is because we've been grading kids on it all their lives. All their lives. From the time I entered school to the time my kids entered school, and still now as my grandkids enter school, they use the A through F. So when people say it's not a good way of rating, I understand what they're saying. But the truth of the matter, if it's not good for a school, then why is it good for a kid? So let's think about that and let's talk about that and see what are the problems with the A through F monitoring and actually proclaiming whether you're a B, C, or D student or a school. I see no difference in that. And so I think once we start looking at things and we start looking at the funding and where we're putting our funding and where it's more important at, and we start moving it there, I think we'll see some better turnouts as far as numbers are concerned. We actually need to put in some resources, services, and supports for our teachers. It's not there for them. The same as it's not there for our students. And so if we don't start putting in what we want to get out of them, we'll never get anything.